That's
You know what? Colorado might end up winning that fucking game because of his sorry ass fucking defense. I
I
don't know
was
what his
waiting on it.
philosophy. I don't know what his philosophy is. This read react bullshit, nigga. See ball, hit the ball. I don't understand all this other shit, dog. Like whatever. I don't have to worry about him anymore. He went 2,000 miles west of Oklahoma, and that's fine. Fuck you, Alex. You piece of shit. You heard this here first.
This intro in, man. What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in and welcome back to another episode of PPP. I'm Tim, as always. That's Ryan. Ryan, what's going on with you, bro?
I am chilling, relaxing. How you doing, good sir?
I am doing great. I'm doing great. Sorry we missed y'all last week. No fault of ours. YouTube, y'all know y'all wrong for that shit. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna get off into it. No fault on our end, just some technological difficulties dealing with the YouTube app or website or whatever. So we apologize, but it was just want to throw that out there. No fault of ours.
Yes.
How you been enjoying this football season so far, bro? College and the NFL.
It's beautiful, man. Love this time of year. The weather's breaking. It's not hot as hell outside no more. You finally can look forward to for something on Saturday and Sunday. So my weekends are being pretty preoccupied right now. So I cannot complain. It's a great time. It's a wonderful time if you're a
Best time of the
football
year.
fan.
Best time of the year.
Yes.
Best time of the year it is. I don't think any football, really any fan, if you're a sports fan, because there's football going on right now. Basketball's coming up next season. Hell, hockey will be coming up in a few weeks. It's beautiful, beautiful time of year.
Yes, sir. Oh shit.
But anyway, man,
Damn.
let's go ahead and jump off into it. This past weekend we had one of the big. I can't even call it a big game because nobody was expecting this shit to happen in this game. We had the Colorado and Colorado State game. Of course, Colorado gets it done in double overtime, 35-43. What were your thoughts on this game, bro?
But before I say that, my thoughts. This is the most watched game ever on
Yes,
ESPN.
yes, it was.
9.3 million people. That's all those NBA Finals games. That's the college football playoff games, U.S. Open, all that. The Masters, all that. My thoughts on this game was Colorado got exposed a tad bit. They came out flat and it almost cost them. Shout out to Shiloh Sanders for his play at defense, that pick six, and then that forced fumble turned out to pay in dividends. Shout out to Shador Sanders for having a Tom Brady-esque drive at the end. Okay, you're down, only a couple minutes left in the game. What you gonna do? I watched this whole game in its entirety. So yes, I was. Hell, it was about what 1:45, 1:30 for the game was over with.
Yeah, all damn near 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, so it
Bro,
was,
and that's not to cut you off, but ain't that crazy? When have we ever thought we were gonna be staying up till 2:00 in the morning to watch fucking Colorado?
I mean, Colorado is an original Big Eight school. They've had a lot of historical moments in the Big Eight. Not so much during their tenure in the Pac-12. Actually, they've had the worst record during their time in the Pac-12. But nevertheless, shout out to Dion. It was a very scrappy game, very chippy. Colorado State wanted blood, and I didn't like how the style of play, but I do give Colorado State's head coach a lot of props because he had his kids dialed in, ready to play. They wanted this game bad. And I mean, shout out to the Mountain West because Mountain West looks like it might be all right with Oregon State coming there if they decide to go there.
True.
What are your thoughts, my good sir?
Pretty much the same thoughts as you. I was definitely shocked by Colorado State. I did not expect them to come out and punch Colorado in the mouth like this. Even though Colorado got it done, you got to give it to Colorado State. They got some guys over there, man. They got some guys. They have some guys. That Torrey Horton,
yeah,
he
Horde number
balled.
14.
Yes, he
balled.
Like
15, 16 catches.
16, 133 and a touchdown. And that tight end that they got, I can't think of his name, but yes, Mike Norvell, he had those guys ready to play. And he backed up, the little bit of trash talk that he threw at Dion. Not going to get off into that. But the bright spot in this game, outside of Colorado winning, Shedeur showed me something in this game. 2 minutes left on the 2-yard line, and he drives his team downfield, 45-yard touchdown and a 2-point conversion to take them into overtime. You can't get no better than that. I don't give a damn whether you playing against the best team in college football or the worst team in college football. That's the 2-minute drill in college. This is what it's all about, man. This is what it's all about. Now, in Colorado State's behalf, I definitely listening to all the other analysts break down this game. I definitely feel like it got too personal. It got way too personal. And the coaches, Mike Norvell, he could have stepped in at some point.
It's a rivalry game, man. It's typically like this, man. Them rivalry games is different. It's different energies, different atmosphere. The every play feels like it's going to impact the game tremendously. That's kind of what you want. I mean, outside of the dirty hits, all those misconduct files, and then the hit on Travis Hunter. I forgot the technical term for it, but he was out of bounds and he still committed the hit. And he saw that he was out of bounds. In my opinion, that player should have been ejected from the game, but he wasn't. So there's that. This game was crazy. It had everything in there: suspense, drama, passion. Every emotion you could think of. I mean, like, damn, like you can make like a mini series or a mini movie out of the game. So I mean, it was great. It was great. I'm rooting for California, Colorado. I want them to win the Pac-12, but you gotta beat Pac-12 teams. So they start their first game of Pac-12 play this Saturday against Oregon and Eugene, Oregon. So if you know anything about those Ducks, they have the former defensive coordinator as their new head coach. He was defensive coordinator at Georgia. Now he's the head coach of Oregon. So if you know anything about Georgia's defense during the national championship run, it's very ferocious, very fast, and nasty. So we'll see if that front line can hold up against the Ducks.
I agree. I hate the fact that we were robbed of getting, a fully healthy Colorado team against, these next two games against USC and against Oregon. I still think the games make for a lot of excitement. They're just it takes a bit away from it when you don't have a player of Travis Hunter's caliber that can play. He's elite on both sides of the ball. My question to you is, what chance do you give Colorado beating Oregon and USC without Travis Hunter? I know for me, I hate to say this. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm hating, but I watch football. I watch college football much more in depth. Me and Ryan both watch college football a little more in depth than a lot of other people do. All bullshit aside, I feel like regardless of whether Travis Hunter was playing or not, I really don't feel like Colorado was going to be able to compete with Oregon. I feel like Oregon's defense is a little too fast for Colorado. Not the defense, the offense. I feel like Oregon's offense is a little too fast for Colorado. And Colorado's defense, they've shown, whether you want to admit it or not, they've shown a lot of holes these last 3 weeks. Me personally, I feel like there's no way Colorado State should have put up that game should not have been that close. That game
I
should not
mean,
have that I personally feel like that game should not have been that close. Not to mention, Shador Sanders has been sacked 5 times throughout these. He's not 5 times. He's been sacked 5 times a game. He's been sacked 15 times through the course of 5 games. So that offensive line is it's not it scares me for Shador. I mean, luckily Shador's athletic and he can get away from these pass rushers, but even with Travis Hunter, I still wasn't super confident of Colorado going into these next 3 games. So what chance do you give them of beating Oregon and USC?
Well, it drops tremendously now. We know Travis is gonna miss the next 3 games.
Right.
So, if I had to give it a percentage out of 100, I guess 15. I mean, like, I just want to see how the offensive line is going to hold up because you saw, the offensive line has been getting pressured or letting defenders get through.
No, you can say they've been getting blown the fuck off the goddamn ball.
I mean, hey man, if that's one area in recruiting Deion needs to work on for next year is that. With Travis not being there, it's really like losing 2 players because he plays significant amounts of snaps on both sides of the ball. So that's gonna suck. I'd have to go with 15% because Travis is that valuable and he's that spark on the offense that keeps drives alive, and them starting to get on touchdown drives. So Travis is extremely valuable, and they need him.
I agree. I give them a little more than 15%. I don't think they're going to beat Oregon. I don't think they're going to beat USC, but I know Deion is going to have them ready to compete. I know he's going to have them ready to go on Saturday. So they're going to come out there. I definitely think that Colorado is going to put up points. It may be a little too late to put points on the board, but they're going to fight. They're going to fight. They're going to fight for Travis. They're going to fight for Deion, and Shador is going to have them guys ready to go. Like you said, it definitely hurts that Travis isn't out there, because he gives you so much on both sides of the ball. He's an elite corner at whatever level of football you put him at. We're gonna see him on Sundays. He's gonna for sure be a 1st-round pick. But I think this task is gonna be a little. I think it's gonna be a little too tall for Colorado. As much as I want to see them get it done, I think I might get a little bit of slack for saying this. With Travis, I think they have a better chance of beating USC than they do Oregon, simply because nobody is we saw it last year. USC's defense, we've seen it these last few games. USC's defense is not what you expect it to be. They're very dependent on the offense being able to score and move the damn ball.
And if they don't get turnovers, you probably most likely will get points out of a decent amount of your drive.
We saw that in both those games against Utah and in the Tulane game.
Yeah, I mean, that was really the story of their season. I mean, you can go back last year and look at the Oregon State game. They only won 14-7. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of people look at Oregon State as an inferior ball club, but the head coach, forgive me, I forgot his name. He's a former quarterback of Oregon State, mm-hmm. and he has those boys playing hard, and they look all right with DJ Uiagalelei, transferring there from Clemson. So, wow, like for the Pac-12 to get ready to be over, they sure got good like these last 2 years. They got really good these last 2 years, and that's kind of a shame. That's kind of a shame because
it sucks.
I feel like ESPN should do something. Somebody should do something to get them their own networks. They can get TV time, but Big 12 just simply beat them to the punch first, and here we are.
This is a weird ass year for college football, simply because Bama. We had questions about that going. They're not Bama. They don't look like they. They got QB issues for the first time. They've never had QB issues early on in the season. Maybe when they got to like the playoffs or whatever because of the whole Jalen and Tua situation. But we have never ever seen Bama have this many QB issues early on in the season. Georgia don't look like the Georgia we've seen the last couple years. Florida State, Florida State looks pretty good, but I'm not super confident in them. Hell, Clemson don't look like they should be looking. If Bama loses one more game, ain't no college football playoff. It's not. It's not. If Bama loses again, I think they shut the door in the college football playoff this year. I do. I really do.
I mean, it might be another 2-loss season for Bama, and yes, we have never seen a 2-loss team make it into this format of the college football playoff, and I'm happy that this is the last year of this 4-team format, because next year will be the first year of a 12-team playoff. So, I mean, there's been plenty of teams ranked 12 with 2 or 3 losses. So maybe a Cinderella team.
I can't wait.
Yeah, maybe a Cinderella team get in there, Oklahoma, and get that natty. But you gotta like their chances with Travis on the field. But since we know he has a lacerated liver and he's not going to be playing, their percentage goes down, probably between 15 and 20% for me.
Yeah, I can't believe I skipped over that. For those of you that don't know, there was a dirty hit on Travis Hunter by Colorado State safety Henry Blackwell. Travis did try to come back in the game, and it didn't last for very long. I want to say he played maybe another 10 plays, and he said he started to feel funny. So they took him off the field, took him to the hospital. Reports came back that he does have a lacerated liver, and he's going to be out for the next 3 games. I'm pissed about that because, like I said, I was so looking forward to seeing him in this matchup with USC and Oregon. And like I said before, it's kind of fucked up for me saying this, but Henry better be lucky he did that shit at when they were playing at Colorado. Because if Deion was still at Jackson State, I can't be so sure that they would have been.
Cut the damn cameras off.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I'm thinking. I feel like a lot of people would agree with me on that. But that's another.
Might have been a slaughtering on the field.
I'm just saying.
Quite literally.
I'm just saying. But and that's I got to give more credit to Deion because and with all the bullshit that Colorado State was doing, Deion had his solid. He had them pretty composed. You know, they didn't.
Coached.
Yeah, they didn't react. They didn't get out there. Get to acting ignorant. And the way Deion responded after the game, he didn't go in there. Well, fuck this guy. Like. He didn't go in there. So
we went out there and played like hot garbage.
So I love the accountability and everything from Deion, and whether y'all like it or not, Deion is doing his fucking thing right now, and I hope to see him succeed. This is a learning curve year, learning curve and a bridge year for him, and I think he's making the best of it for the time being.
Facts. Much success to Colorado, and I believe. So go shock the world.
For sure. Give me my theme music. So let's go ahead and transition, man. We're going to transition into the NFL. I know you hate this team. I know you despise this fucking team, but they are the hottest topic in the NFL right now. We have to discuss the 2-0 Cowboys, or the Cowpokes, as Ryan likes to call them.
Cowpokes, cow bitches. Yes. Okay. I mean, fine. It's the defense. Dak has yet to throw interceptions. That's always good, but doesn't mean that certain passes shouldn't have been picked off. You missing wide open receivers. You getting people hurt. I think Cooks is already hurt. So I mean, they do have 3 outstanding running backs. I will say that guys from Kansas State and Pollard and another gentleman that they picked up this year. So I mean, they just playing the right formula for championship winning football right now, unfortunately. But we'll give it time. We'll give it time. It's a 17 game season, so we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see down the road. And Dallas looks good right now.
Right
How you
now.
feel about it?
I agree with everything you said. Right now, it's still early. That's I'm not making no Super Bowl picks or nothing like that. I mean, they look compared to what they were last season, and compared to how Dak has played his first his first full games, last 2 seasons, they look good. I mean, they played Arizona and they played a New York Jets team, which we got to talk about them here in a second. They played a New York Jets team that has no Aaron Rodgers.
They played the Giants.
Yeah, they played the Giants. They played the Giants the first game, and me and Ryan told y'all what the Giants were going to be, and they played a Jets team that did not have Aaron Rodgers. So
I don't know, but a difference. I don't know.
The defense is playing outstanding. They're bullying and big brothering everybody. 5 interceptions, 10 sacks through the first couple weeks. I feel like I'm not discrediting anything Dallas has done to this point. I feel like they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like if they would have came out and had close games with these two teams, the first 2 games of the season, then I'd have had some questions. But I feel like they've done exactly what they're supposed to. And look, I got to give Dak his props these first couple games. He may not have looked great, but this is a huge compliment for Dak. He ain't thrown no interception yet. And I personally think
it's just 2 games, guys.
Yeah. That's what I say. Yeah, and personally, I feel like that's a compliment to Mike McCarthy, and I feel like what Mike McCarthy is doing is, you know what, our defense is doing what they're supposed to do. So I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna keep it conservative. I'm not gonna put you in a lot of situations to where we're gonna risk you throwing a fucking interception. So just go out there and do what the fuck you need to do. CeeDee Lamb, he's looked great. Tony Pollard's looked great.
When the ball is thrown to CD.
Yep. He's making the best of his opportunities. That defensive line is firing off the ball. Tony Pollard's look real good coming back off injury. The offensive line, they look good. So, I mean, things are looking good for Dallas right now. But, Ryan, I don't know if you remember that meme that I posted on Instagram. Let's not call Dallas Super Bowl contenders because I don't want to spoil it, okay? All good things have to come to an end, okay? We all know how this fairy tale is going to end because it's ended this way the last 20 plus seasons, okay? Just
Dallas,
let's not get to talking about Super Bowl and all that shit right now, okay? Just stop it.
Dallas will be at home. Let's be fucked up this year. Dallas win it all.
Don't say that. Please don't say that. Don't say that. No, fuck that. Go say it because you just might jinx them, which is what the fuck I want. I want to see Dallas in a fucking Super Bowl.
I mean, you know, I got another bone to pick with a team that got a whole bunch of fucking Super Bowls. You're wearing their fucking hat. Yeah, you motherfuckers might have won the goddamn game. But y'all, you know good and damn well that was pass interference at the end of the fucking game. They didn't call it.
Yeah, it was okay.
You know good and fucking well.
I don't know what
you're talking about. Right, exactly. Yeah.
No. Okay. Yeah, maybe it was pass interference.
This nigga said maybe.
But,
right.
Bro, that game. Here's what I take from that game. As big as the Steelers, y'all know me. I love the Steelers. But bro,
bring your Viking and Eagle.
If you watched any of this game and you were convinced that Matt Canada still deserves to be the offensive coordinator, you are fucking blind. Come on, dog. Yeah. Come on back-to-back drives. You got a 3rd and short. You're in a fucking wide receiver in the round. Another 3rd and short. You're in a fucking QB keep out of the shotgun position. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? You are hindering the growth of Kenny Pickett. You are fucking over Najee Harris. I got everybody thinking Jaylen Warren is more talented. Get rid of this motherfucker. Just, bro. I have never called a fucking NFL play in my life, but I can take a fucking playbook from Madden and call a better game than this motherfucker. I promise you I could. The only time Kenny Pickett looks good is when we're in a fucking hurry up offense and we take the fucking play calling duties away from this bald-headed motherfucker. So fire this motherfucker. You see the obvious fucking problem. Get him the fuck out of here. Just stop it.
Now, Timothy. You guys have had winning records with Mr. Canada. You know, it just doesn't look sexy.
It ain't because of Mr. Canada. It's because of fucking TJ Watt and the damn defense. That's who won us the game last night. Well, Monday night. Just saying.
Was it today's Tuesday, Tim? Was it so much TV?
It's Wednesday.
Today's Tuesday.
No, today's Wednesday. I promise you, brother. Today's Wednesday.
Oh, it's the 20th?
Today's. I only know that because yesterday was speaking of RP Pops, happy birthday. The Steelers did win for you. I know you was up there cussing their ass out. I know I can hear you now. Fuck these fucking motherfuckers. Get this bald head.
What are y'all doing?
Get this bald head motherfucker the fuck out. So yeah, Pops, we got the win for you. Happy birthday. Rest in peace, and I definitely miss you down here. But go ahead, Ron. What was you saying?
What was it so much so the Steelers defense, or was it so much so that the referees kept calling back every fucking positive? Now, don't get me wrong, Deshaun was holding a face mask, but it's like I'm gonna get killed in week 2. I think not.
I think it was a good old. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, my running back just blew his whole knee up.
And we're gonna get to that too.
And you know what pissed me off about that whole situation? Today I read they signed Kareem. What the fuck did you cut him for?
In the first fucking place. We said that what sense did that make?
None. And he re-signed him. Fucking dodo birds. Now I do like their running back. I think they have a player that's playing out of position. I think 8 should be in the slot.
Who?
8.
Elijah Moore. Yeah.
He needs to be in the slot. I don't think he needs to be playing running back.
He don't.
You put his ass in the slot and let him do some Tyreek-like things. And that's just my personal opinion. But what I take from that loss is Deshaun, slowly but surely, it's looking like Deshaun.
Slowly. I think what I enjoyed, I thought it was a good old I was happy to see it. I thought it was a good old dirty dog AFC North battle. I loved it. There was a lot of defense being played in that game.
You said one thing right, dirty. Yeah, there was a lot of dirty shit going on.
It was a good old AFC North battle. Like I said, I just hope eventually they get rid of Matt Canada because I'm tired. I can't put up with this shit too much. It's not good for my health. It's not good for my mental health. It's not good for my physical health. It's definitely not good for my liver. Like he gonna drive me to have a fucking drinking problem. I'm dead serious.
All right, man. It's just week 2.
He need to get it together.
Who y'all play next?
Next week, we actually got a pretty favorable schedule. I think next week we got the Raiders. Then after that we got the Texans. Then we got the Rams after that. So we got to if he can't get it together within these next 3 weeks, get him out of here. Get him. I'm telling you right
fire him and then who? You gonna fire him and then who?
Bro, there's not very many people that can do a better fucking job than this fucking idiot. I'm telling you right now, bro. If we don't make the playoffs, with as talented as this roster is, if we don't make the playoffs next year, get my bail money ready because I'm going up to Pittsburgh and I'm grabbing Matt Canada by the little bit of hair that he has, and I am dragging him out of the fucking coordinator box. I'm not bullshitting. You think I'm playing? Think I'm playing? Think I'm playing? Think I'm fuck you, dude. You see the episode of Everybody Hates Chris, right? Think I'm playing?
I think it's a game, all right. Okay.
I ain't playing. Right. I ain't playing with you.
Look, man, he'll just step down.
Oh, they needed. He should have stepped down last season. Get him the fuck out of here. Send his ass back to college. I don't even know what college he came from. Just get him the fuck out of here.
Probably went to fucking Boston College or some shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I was watching that game. I'm like, damn, Jeff Levy be calling them kind of players. He's a fucking.
Yeah, give me Jeff. Give me fucking Greg Roman at this point.
You don't want Jeff Levy trusting that motherfucker. That motherfucker's gonna cause me to have a fucking drinking problem, man. Why are we running up the middle on 3rd and 8?
Y'all actually looked pretty good last week. I think y'all had
against. Okay.
I'm
sorry.
I mean, you did what you were supposed to do. It's still
against fucking.
Go ahead.
Fucking Tulsa, Tim. Tulsa.
You remember what happened? You remember what happened the last time you played Tulsa? Just saying.
We whooped their ass.
What was that year they damn near came back? Was that Tulsa or was that somebody else?
That was the AP was playing. That it was like 17-15, and then he broke a run that sealed it for us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's when AP was playing. We might have lost that year. Sam got hurt.
Then y'all played Tulsa the year. What the hell is his name? Spencer Rattler. I think it's last year or the year or like his second to or like the year he took over.
That was Missouri State. That was Missouri State.
It was one year. I know Spence took over and like y'all got out to like a 35 or 40 something lead, and they came all the way to fuck back.
Man, that's fucking Alex Grinch and his bullshit ass defense, man. You know what? Colorado might end up winning that fucking game. It's because of his sorry ass fucking defense. I don't know where his philosophy. I don't know where his philosophy is. This read react bullshit, nigga. See ball, hit the ball. I don't understand all this other shit, dog. Like whatever. I don't have to worry about him anymore. He went 2,000 miles west of Oklahoma, and that's fine. Fuck you, Alex. You piece of shit. You heard this here first. All right, what else we got on the docket, my good sir?
So we discussed the Nick Chubb injury. So it only brings me. It's only right that we have to discuss. There are two big injuries that have really ruined team seasons. The first big one is we have to discuss the whole Aaron Rodgers situation. 4 plays into Aaron Rodgers' career as a New York Jet. No, 3 plays into Aaron Rodgers' career into a New York Jet. And he is officially out for the season with an Achilles injury. Was it 4 plays?
It was 4.
So
technically
4.
5. Technically 5, or might have been 6, but they called 2 of them back. But on the books, it's 4 actual plays.
So 4 plays into Aaron Rodgers' career as a New York Jet, and he goes down with an Achilles injury. He tries to throw the ball away to get. He's trying to spin out of a sack, and he plants his foot. Originally, when he planted his foot and he went down, I thought he was just frustrated. Then you see him hobble off on the sideline. Then you see him going.
He stood up. Because he stood up and then he sat back down. Like,
this ain't.
You fucking with me, right? You fucking with me, right?
Are you fucking like you get your ass? You just said that's one of them. You're just playing, right? I know you're playing. But then they get to talking. Then they get to talking about it was a possible ankle injury, and I'm like, okay, he'll be back in second half, maybe fourth quarter, because I mean that's Aaron Rodgers. We've seen this from him before. Excuse me. We've seen this from him before. He deals with an ankle injury, then he comes back in, and he has a hell of a game. Then you see that cart come out, and I think once that cart come out, that's when I'm just like, okay, this ain't good. This can't be good. So first they come out and say first it was an ankle injury. And when they finally show the replay and you see him plant his foot, you see his foot snap, and you see that slow motion vibration all the way up to his calf, muscle. When they got to mention possibly Achilles, and then I saw that replay, I'm like, we've seen this before.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
And it was just like, damn, bro. I don't think I was the only one. I think there were so many people that were so excited to see him, new life with the Jets. We were excited to see what, he could do with this offense. We were excited to see what him and the Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson connection was going to look like. It's just like, it's almost unfair, bro. I was really looking forward to this shit. But I mean, it's unfortunate. I'm wishing for, I'm hoping for a speedy recovery for Aaron, but only time will tell, man. Only time will tell. What do you think about this whole situation?
Was this like the curse of Brett Favre or something? Like you tried to follow me to New York, motherfucker. Ha 4 plays. I wore number 4. I don't know. I think it's 4 tendons in your Achilles. I don't know. I don't know. This is just incredibly bad luck. Like it's like black cats having babies in MetLife Stadium or something. Like I don't know. But I mean, they did end up winning the game for what it was worth.
Yes, they did.
This to get dropped in their fucking heads by the Cowboys, but a win is a win, and it's rather unfortunate. And okay, they have a winnable game, right, against the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
If they don't win that game, do you call Carson Wentz? Or what do you do? Because like put it to you this way. And then they talking about a possible timetable when Aaron could possibly come back this year or some bullshit. I've been hearing slight reports like that. And I'm just like,
you're not the only one. I've been hearing it. I've been hearing it too.
And the Achilles injury, what are he gonna do? Just play like Phillip Rivers and fall down when he sees the motherfucker coming? Oh, hit me! But no. But at what point? Okay, let's just say they go on a losing streak. Do you try to get a veteran quarterback in there? Do you just say fuck it? He's just gonna be our guy, and then this probably be your last year ever starting the NFL ever again? Or let's say they do have a winning streak. Do you even want Aaron to come back? Like I don't know. I don't know with this situation with the Jets because it's very confusing because you would think this is something they would have gotten figured out with the offensive line, or at least have different rotations that's good enough to be out there playing. But when you got a guy who's originally playing left tackle and now he's playing right tackle, then you got a whole new dude playing left tackle, it kind of makes you wonder what the hell is going on in that organization.
Personally, I think, look, man, y'all went out and made all these acquisitions, made all these signings. Y'all went and got Dalvin Cook, you got Breece Hall. He looked good in this first game back coming off injury. Do not let this season go to waste. I think if they lose a couple more games, maybe not even a couple more games, if they lose this next game and Zach Wilson comes out and he looks like he did in this Dallas game, yeah, it's time to make a call. Call Carson Wentz. Get fucking Tom Brady. Look, man, Tom, we got 20 million for us. Hey, Tom, we got 20 million. What can you do for us? Please give us one more seed. Give us one more. But I highly doubt that happens because it's in the same division as the Patriots. And regardless of how Tom feels about Bill Belichick, I don't think he does that to the Patriots. But yeah, I definitely think that they're gonna make a move. They're gonna go after a veteran. Now, here's how I'm looking at this. It all depends if they're just trying to get through the season. I say Carson Wentz. I say that's your best option because Carson Wentz he didn't look great last season, but when he was in Indy, he didn't look too bad. Even with the lack of weapons they had up there. I think in New York they have much better weapons than they did with his last two teams. But if you're in win now mode, if you're in win now mode, I think Aaron Rodgers is only going to be there 2 years. You have the draft capital, you got the players, go get Kyler. Go get Kyler. If y'all just want to get through the season, if y'all just want to get through the season, make a trade for Jameis or call Carson Wentz. But if y'all in win now mode, if y'all trying to go get Kyler, you still have draft capital. You still have enough cap space where you can take on that contract, and you got a couple pieces that you can throw at Arizona to get Kyler. So if they're in win now mode and they want to set themselves up for the future to where they won't have to look for another quarterback, go get Kyler. And that's just my opinion.
He ain't got contact. He ain't got contact high, y'all. That's all. I guess that's a possibility, but is he even off IR yet?
He's not. Well, see, that's the thing. He's not off IR, but they can still make a trade. He's had to sit out 2 more games. They can still make a trade for him. I say make a trade for Kyler. Let him sit out these 2 games so he can, these 2 more games so he can learn the playbook, get familiar with the offense. And then whenever, it's time for him to come back, voila, he's ready to go. Because if you look at the way that offensive line is set up, and you look at the way this league is, and you look at what division you play in, you're going to need a quarterback that can move. Plain and simple. You're going to need a quarterback that can move.
Zachy Poo can. He just, I don't know if he understands windows and how to throw them into, but he can run because he damn sure is running for his life in that Dallas game.
He had no choice.
For his life.
He had no choice. He had no choice.
Yeah. Regardless of what we think right now, it is a dumpster fire in New York.
What do you think they should do? Like, as far as the QB situation, what do you think they do?
I don't think, okay, you go out and get a veteran. This is going to be a Baker Mayfield situation where he helps you win a couple games and then y'all continue to get your ass whooped for the rest of the season with the Rams. Or, me personally, just ride with Zach. He knows the offense. He's been there. Just see what happens. But y'all have to protect Zach from Zach. You have to run the ball, play defense, and then put him in positions to where, okay, get us this first down. Like they did last year. But right. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It sucks because I was really wanting to get my Aaron Rodgers player tee, but it just didn't work out.
I agree. Get well, Aaron. If you don't come back this season, if they do make the playoffs and you decide to come back in the playoffs, we'll be looking for you. But get well, heal up, and come back strong next season, man. It's 40-year-old QB coming back from a Achilles injury, never been heard of. So
never been done. Shock the world, Aaron.
Yes,
shock the world.
Speaking of Mr. Baker Mayfield, that was going to be the next question. Who has been your most who has been the most shocking player to you? These last, I know it's only week 2, but who has been the most shocking player to you? To me, yes, it has been Baker Mayfield. Yes and no, because I said this whenever we did the season preview. Bro, you put Baker Mayfield in an offense like this. What a Mike Evans, what a Chris Godwin, what an offensive coordinator like Dave Canellis after what he did for Geno Smith in that Seattle offense last year. Baker's doing his fucking thing right now. Congrats, go ahead, Baker. Ball the fuck out.
He got weapons. It's not like he just.
Yes, he does.
It's not like last year he went to Carolina and okay, we got Christian McCaffrey and what else?
Pretty much.
So I'm not surprised. I'll tell you who I'm most surprised about: Joe Burrow. Nobody saw.
I went on a positive project. Like, who surprised you the most this season with the way they played? Like, you just like that player. You just like, okay, I didn't expect him to come out and do this shit.
I guess Derek Carr. He's thrown a lot of fucked up passes in 2 games already. But they did beat Tennessee and they did get a win against Carolina. I think he's fortunate to have for his receivers to be on the better side in the NFL right now. But I guess I'll have to go with Derek because I don't think he could take charge and lead a new team like that. But then again, it's a business and they pay you money. Better get your ass out there and do it.
I called that one too. I still think it's I don't think we're gonna see that offense peak until Kamara comes back and they got one more week until he's back. So I still don't think we've seen the best. I still don't think we've seen the best Derek Carr we're gonna see this season. And I think a big test is going to be next week for Baker Mayfield because they do have to play Philadelphia. So if Baker really want to show us that, okay, I still got it, I can play in this league. I think he's shown it a pretty decent amount these last 2 games. He has thrown for 490 yards and 3 touchdowns these last 2 games. He went 317 and a touchdown the last game. So if he can, if he can show out like this against Philadelphia, yeah, Baker's for real. He can. Yeah, I think he proves that he can still stay in his league.
Couldn't have said it better myself, my good sir.
Yes, sir. Now we're gonna go on to the most disappointing and the most surprising teams. Some 2-0 teams through the first couple weeks. The Falcons, the Saints, the 49ers, the Bucks, the Commanders, the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Ravens, and the Dolphins. Some 0-2 teams. Actually, before I get to the 0-2 teams, out of these teams, what team surprised you the most that they started out 2-0?
Atlanta.
How so?
With that Ritter dude, he's
True.
playing, right? That I'll be real with you. That's the only team I have not watched. Oh, Atlanta play, I'm not watching. Atlanta play, I'm not watching this shit. But I mean, sometimes a year and just studying and seeing how the game moves and how to move the pocket and how to manipulate the safeties with your shoulders and your eyes can do dividends for a quarterback's progression in the league. So it's early, but I didn't have Atlanta being 2-0. I didn't see that.
Fair enough. For me, it's Washington. It's Washington. I did not expect Washington to be 2-0. I didn't expect them to beat the Broncos that last game. I really didn't. They should. That pass rush came alive. I was not expecting that. I really wasn't. And I want to say this.
Thank you, because everybody's saying, "Oh, Rush played horrible in the second half." What is he supposed to do every time he's dropped back? He's running for his life. Now I get it when he was at Seattle. He scramble, run around, hit you with these rainbow throws, and people will get open and voila, Rush magic. But it's like, okay, any quarterback's gonna look really normal if you constantly have a pass rush on you. I just hate that they lost. I mean, they was up like 28-3 or something.
Yes.
That's like the Cardinals fell apart the same way.
Mm-hmm.
They was up big too against the Giants. But continue. I'm sorry.
No, you good. I just wanted to say shout out to Eric B, man. Shout out to Eric B, because these first two games has made him a testament that, like, okay, it wasn't just all Pat Mahomes. Like I had something to do with it as well, because this Sam Howell motherfucker, they're making him look like a world beater in these last two games now. Just saying, the offense been fired. The defense definitely has a lot to do with it, but Eric B has really done his thing these last two games. Now I get it. Washington did play Arizona, so I was definitely expecting them to win that game, but I wasn't expecting them to beat beat Denver. I'm just saying. I wouldn't expect. I was penciling that one in as a win for Denver.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
No. Moving on to the 0-2 teams, we have the Broncos, the Chargers, the Texans, the Bengals, the Vikings, the Bears, the Panthers, and the Cardinals. Out of these teams, what team has been the most like shocking / disappointing to you that they're 0-2?
The Chargers, right? Because you got Khalil Mack, you got Bosa, you got Keenan Allen.
It don't matter what I'm talking about. This for you. What's the team that you just like? Yo, how the fuck are y'all 0-2?
It's a mixture of teams for me right now. I'm kind of conflicted between Minnesota, Cincinnati, and LA. But once I heard Burrow with the injury, it's like, oh, okay. And then for Kirk Cousins and what's the boy's name? Played for the Chargers. He went to Oregon.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert. I mean, they in the top 10 in terms of passing. Y'all 0-2, no turnovers. That's kind of alarming to me, and that lets me know that their defense is not necessarily getting it done. But for me, it's LA, right? Because you got all these monsters on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball. And you're 0-2. You finding cool ways to lose close. Like you're a playoff team. Yeah, y'all taking a step back. Looks like y'all got to go forward. So they play each other, don't they? Minnesota and
this week, yeah.
LA.
This week, yeah.
So I mean, somebody is going to start their Monday 0-3.
2 playoff teams.
And yeah. So I mean, one of them is gonna get a win, obviously, but the other one is gonna start their Monday 0-3. And that's crazy if you ask me, because you just don't see this kind of stuff happening. You just don't see it for whatever reason. It just doesn't happen. It would be 1 or 2 plays that can change the whole outcome of a football game.
For me, it's also the Chargers because, like you said, how the hell y'all got all that talent and y'all are starting the fucking season? Okay, I can see that first game. I can see the first game against Miami because of how great Miami's offense is great. They got a lot of speed on that offense, but I don't feel like there was any way that y'all should have lost to the Titans. I understand the Titans got a good defense, but for y'all to have all that talent on both sides of the ball and for Brandon Staley to be a former defensive coordinator, bro, I can't tell because your defense is fucking horrible through these first 2 games. Like y'all went out and got Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa is there, Derwin James. Like what the fuck is really going on? And I even said this before the season, like, bro, I give up on this team. I give up. I've tried for the last couple years to like this team, okay? Hell yeah, this team can make them run. And they do the same shit every year. They fucking disappoint me. Now y'all jumping out to an 0-2 start. It's not good. If y'all lose this game, if they lose this game on Sunday, there are gonna be. I see no playoffs. I see no playoffs in the future for the Chargers with how competitive the AFC North is gonna be this year. I do not see the playoffs in the future for the LA Chargers.
Coach getting fired. I'm not saying right. I'm not saying like right after, but I mean, if it continues to trend that way, he'll be fired for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's definitely looking that way. It is definitely looking that way. Now, let's talk about the rookie quarterbacks. Out of all 3 of these guys, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, and Bryce Young, which quarterback has looked the most impressive to you so far?
C.J., Anthony Richardson, and Bryce. I'd have to go Richardson, like I predicted. I mean, he just got a concussion probably, but I mean, he may not necessarily know how to quarterback in the NFL yet, but he knows how to score touchdowns.
Yeah, for sure. I can agree. I can agree.
I think he already got like 5 rushing touchdowns or something.
3. He has 3. He has 3, but he has 3 touchdowns rushing the ball, but he has 4 touchdowns total. 3 rushing, 1 passing.
Hey, that's a pretty good start, but I feel like the rookie quarterback that understands the game a tad bit better than the other 2 is Bryce. He just doesn't have an offensive line or anybody to throw it to. That's that's the problem, because like if you put Bryce on the Colts, but yeah, I'm going with Anthony Richardson.
So I think Anthony Richardson has been the most impressive so far. I mean, he shocked me. I didn't expect the Colts to jump out to 2-0. I really didn't. He's accounted for 4 of the Colts touchdowns. He had like I said before, he has 3 rushing touchdowns and 1 passing touchdown. I think CJ, if we're talking about throwing the ball, playing the quarterback position, I think CJ, it may not show because the Texans are 0-2, but I think CJ has actually looked better than both of them. CJ has already thrown for 626 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, but he's been sacked 11 times through 2 games. Offensive line, like they.
And who was his running back?
His running back's Damian Pierce, and I mean Damian had a pretty decent year last year, but with the offensive line being hurt and not being able to get off the ball, not being able to block anybody, it's hard for him to go anywhere. CJ threw for damn near 400 yards this last game, and he's yet to turn the ball. He's yet to throw a pick, turn the ball over. So he's very, he's very conservative, very smart. With Bryce, I agree with you. Bryce looks good. He don't have nobody to throw the ball to. He has nobody. He has nobody to throw the ball to. He has nobody he trusts on that offense. But he does look calm. He doesn't. I haven't really seen him panic too much yet. So, There's a lot of room for improvement for Bryce. This ain't me saying, I think he's a bust or anything like that. I mean, it's his first year in the NFL, and he came to a bad team, and we all knew this shit was gonna happen. So let's not be quick to, Bryce sucks. Like he's on a bad team in a bad situation right now. So let's not give up on him so soon.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you even more, my friend.
Now we have to talk about the last topic we're going to discuss is the last two teams to play in the Super Bowl, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Which of these teams out of these two teams, which one do you think looks worse, the Chiefs or the Eagles?
Yeah. Can I go with a tie?
That's fair. You can do that.
I mean, because like the Chiefs has always had a bend don't break defense, but it kind of looks like they got some young dudes out there. They flying to the ball. You know what I'm saying? They getting the pass rush on thanks to Chris Jones coming back. And you know what I'm saying? They look dominant, albeit against Jacksonville. But when you talk about the Eagles, it's not that. I mean, Swift is doing his thing, but when you look at the defense, they're giving up a lot more plays. They haven't got. Have they got any takeaways yet? I mean that turnover on downs against the Patriots, you can call that. But
they had an interception and they had a fumble recovery in the first game against the Patriots.
Okay, so I mean, it's not the same level of intensity that we kind of saw from the Eagles defense the last couple of years, and some of that has to do with certain pieces being gone, and the rest of that has to do with you got a different defensive coordinator in there. He has a different philosophy, and he wants
different
to play
offensive coordinator.
Way. Right. So they're just going two different directions, and so does Kansas City. They have a new offensive coordinator as well. So they're just, they'll be better. I feel like, in my opinion, they're just getting used to their coordinators and what they want them to do. I feel like the Eagles will probably get better quicker, just simply because they have a lot of the same pieces they had last year offensively versus Kansas City. I mean, outside of Kels and Pacheco, who do they have? So, I mean, and that's not discrediting any of them. Just none of y'all have created separation. You got Mahomes. Mahomes can only play hero ball for so long. You know what I'm saying? So, help him out.
Same.
How do you feel?
I feel somewhat of the same because it's like I feel like the Eagles got worse defensively and the Chiefs got better defensively. And I feel like the Eagles are just as good as they were last year offensively. I mean, they struggled a bit in that first game, but it's the first game. And I feel like the Chiefs, they took a step back offensively. Granted, Matt Nagy is the offensive coordinator there. Pat doesn't look as comfortable in this offense this year as he did last year. Granted, that first game partially wasn't his fault. Nobody was catching fucking passes. Kadarius Toney couldn't catch a fucking cold. So it was just a bad showing, and I think we were a little too quick to judge.
He can catch a Twitter fade though.
Yeah. It was definitely good to see Travis Kelce back out there. You could tell he was a little rusty because he was drop city quite a bit. Now the defense has surprised. I didn't expect the defense to come on and play this well, even with Chris Jones when they played the Lions. When they played the Lions in week 1, I thought the defense looked pretty good. So, and I said that at the beginning I said it in the episode in our preview that I think this may be the year that the Chiefs, take a turn defensively. So it's a long season. It's a long season. I know the Chiefs have a pretty rough schedule coming up in the AFC. So it's tough to tell. The Eagles, they got to get it together defensively, man. They've given up a total of 42 points the last 2 games. They got to get it together. If they want to have any shot at making it to the playoffs, the defense has got to get it together. I mean, they got the weak NFC on their side, but yeah, they got to fix this shit because they don't look like the Eagles that they did. They don't look like the Eagles that they did last year. They really don't.
Yep. Actual factuals. I mean, so Jalen, I mean, he looks like he wants to pass more because a lot of other times, even last year, a play might break down a little bit. And he might just take off running. He's taking an extra second to still try to find somebody open, and I really appreciate that. But I mean, guys, you gotta protect your QBs, man. You gotta show up for them because if they look good, chances are you look good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I definitely agree. All right, coming down the home stretch, man. Once again, this is only week 2, so we're not making no Super Bowl picks right now or anything like that. We're just getting back into the swing of things. We're just we happy that football is back. So as the season picks up, we promise y'all content to get better. We'll have, we let us get in the swing of things. But our week 3 picks, first up, we have the tomorrow's game, or by the time this episode comes out, it'll be tonight's game. We have the Giants and the 49ers. Who you got in that game, bro?
If I'm Daniel Jones for real, bro, for real,
I'm playing hurt. If I'm Daniel Jones, I'm playing, bro. I'm not fucking going out there playing against these motherfuckers. No Saquon either. Shit.
They talking about he might come back. He don't need to.
Not this game.
Put that ankle on ice, bro. Niners. I mean, if Dallas has the best defense in the league, they're second. So, their pass rush is flat out scary at times. Their secondary is elite. Brock Purdy just seems to find the open receiver. Now, them deep throws, because he had Ayuk open a couple of times. He still should be running how open he was right now. So, speaking of working them deep throws, this game can be over in the first half, I feel like.
True. I agree. I'm also going to go with the 49ers by default. That pass rush is going to be way too much. And they're not going to be able to run the ball. And we can't depend on Daniel Jones throwing the goddamn ball, obviously. Next up, we'll have the Saints and the Packers. Who you got in this game? Speaking of the Packers, how about that damn Jordan Love, man? How about Jordan Love? I know they lost last game, but Jordan Love has looked really fucking. I think he's stepped up and he's filled these shoes very well so far.
He really was paying attention.
Yeah,
he's paying attention to everything Aaron was saying. So, I mean, he might get most improved player of the year if he keeps this up.
Good.
Sky's the limit.
But yeah, who you got in this game? The Saints and the Packers.
I'm gonna go Packers, man. But it's something about them Saints. I feel like this year they might do some shocking things. You might have been right. You might have been right on them. You might have been right, but because Aaron Jones is hurt, I don't know. It'll be a close game. I know that much. It'll be a very close game.
I might take the Saints in this one. I might. I just might. I do.
Chris Olave. Now, did Thomas show up Monday?
He played, but it's just he doesn't look like Michael Thomas, and I think a part of that is because he don't have Drew Brees that are throwing the ball on a bunch of short comeback routes and short slant routes. So I'm not gonna call him out. I'm not gonna call him what everybody else been calling him. But y'all, if you watch football, y'all know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I feel like I said this before. I feel like I haven't seen him play since that year he had with Drew Brees.
Yeah, same.
It feels like.
Next up, we have the game of the teams that haven't won a game yet. We have the Chargers and the Vikings. Who you got in that game?
Chargers. I want to go Vikings, but I think the Chargers. I don't like Minnesota's defense at all this year.
I've never liked I didn't like Minnesota's defense the last couple of years, but I have to agree. I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I think that I just think that offensive attack is gonna be a little too much for that Vikings defense. They got because the Chargers got a pretty explosive offense. It's just the defense can't stop nobody.
Been their problem for the last 25 years.
Next up, we have the Buffalo Bills and the Washington Commanders. Who you got?
Buffalo defense, too nasty. And I don't really like Washington secondary.
Secondary is actually not bad. They didn't play bad last game.
I don't like it.
I like Buffalo.
I don't like it.
I like Buffalo winning this game, but mark my word, they're not gonna lay down. They're not just you ain't just gonna go in there. You're not gonna go in there and just roll over, especially with that defensive line. That defensive line ain't no joke.
Rivera, this is make it or break it year. So yeah, he gonna have them. He gonna say something to him for the game.
Yeah.
Be correct.
Next up, we got a pretty intriguing matchup. We have the Atlanta Falcons versus the Detroit Lions. Who you got in this game?
I'm gonna go golf. I'm gonna go golf.
The Lions.
Yeah, I'm gonna go golf. See what Jay Money can do, man.
I might take the Falcons in this game because I think the Lions are missing a couple pieces on the defense and with the way they can run the ball. And I don't think that the Lions are going to be able to. They're not going to have much of an answer for the Falcons' run game. So yeah, give me the Falcons. Give me the Falcons in this game. I think the Falcons start off 3-0.
Wow, ain't heard that in a long time.
I know, right? Next up, we got another. Go ahead.
My bad. Lil Wayne was on everybody's song, man.
Next up, we have the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. Who you got in this game?
Damn, man. I'm gonna go Deshaun, man. He's used to whooping on Tennessee's ass.
Yeah. Same. I think he knows Tennessee pretty well. I know both teams have a good defense, but I think it's ultimately going to come down to quarterback play, and I think Deshaun is going to do just enough to get his team to win in this game. I know Tennessee has a good defense, but Deshaun is pretty familiar with this Tennessee. They could clear out their front office, but he still knows his defense. All right. Next up, we have the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who you got?
Houston, Texas, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trey Money.
Well, Trev,
now they getting the pass rush on his ass like we saw last week. I don't know.
True.
I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna go Jacksonville. Take your time.
The Texans offensive. I want to go to Texans because I want to see CJ get a win, but the Texans offensive line is still hurt, so I'm not super confident in CJ right now. I mean, I like CJ's play well, but I can't be super confident in Texans and CJ until they get an offensive line. So I'm gonna go with the Jags in this game. Next game, we have the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. Who you got in this game?
I still got faith in Bill. I'm gonna go. Even though I feel like the Jets are gonna win, I'm gonna go Patriots. Bill Belichick can come up with a defensive game plan against somebody. It's definitely Zach fucking Wilson. But
true. That's true.
But I don't know because that Jets defense is nasty. Jets defense is nasty. So I feel like the Jets are going to win the game, but I'm going to go with the Patriots.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots as well, simply because of Zach Wilson. I don't think he has what it takes to figure out a Bill Belichick defense. I really don't. It takes a special kind. It takes a special. Well, I can't say a special kind of person, but I don't see him figuring out that Patriots defense.
He beat them last year once, didn't he?
I think so. I think I once, yeah. They had a fucked up, but that's because you had Matt Canada calling offensive play. Not Matt. I said Matt Canada. That's how much he pisses me off. Matt Patricia calling offensive plays.
Bill, that was foul, bro. That's why I didn't say too much about the Patriots last year because I don't understand that shit. Why? What makes you think he knows it? Okay, he has won rings coaching defense. Continue.
Above my pay grade. Next up, we have the Denver Broncos versus the Miami Dolphins. Who you got in that game?
Denver Broncos, Miami Dolphins. Denver Broncos, Miami. That defense. Okay, if you stop Waddle, then Tyreek is open. So have fun with that. And then they got two fast ass scat backs that can catch too.
Yeah.
So yeah. Sorry, Russ. Might be 0-3.
They going Miami.
Yeah. Russ is probably gonna get traded this year, I guess.
I'm also going to go Miami. If Denver's defense played anything remotely like they did last year, I feel more confident about going with Denver because Russ ain't look bad. Defense just looked bad. Ain't been able to put points, ain't been able to stop the other team from putting points on the board. And I think the same thing is going to happen in this Miami game. Next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts versus the Baltimore Ravens, 2-2-0 teams. Who you got in this game, bro?
Ravens.
Even though I fucking hate them. Can't stand them. Can't stand the Ravens, but yes, I have the Ravens as well. Lamar keeps going on his path.
Yeah. I hope the OBJ plays.
Same. So I want to see him get back to being OBJ.
Yeah.
And then we had
them shoes not worth money, bro.
They're not. Take them off. Send them back. They're not worth. They're not worth the free price tag. Next up, we go to the afternoon slate of games. We have the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. Who you got in that game?
Seahawks.
Same.
That's kind of fucked up. They played Monday, they got to turn around and play Sunday.
Right. Hey, we do too. We got to play Sunday night though, so we get a little extra time.
That's still messed up, bro.
It is. Next up, we have the Arizona Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. Need I dare say who you're going to pick in this game? Because I already know. Because I'm picking them too.
Cowboys.
Unfortunately. Next up, we have Patrick Mahomes and Justin Fields. We have the Chicago Bears versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Who you got in that game?
Chiefs.
Homie. No, I'm just kidding. No, I have the Chiefs as well, and I think I'd be a dumbass not to pick the Chiefs versus the Bears. After the way they got diced up by Baker Mayfield last week, shit.
And the Chiefs don't even have a good offense like that.
That's true. Next up, we have the Sunday night game. We have my Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Who you got in that game?
You're fucking Steelers. You're cheating ass Steelers.
I got the Steelers. You know what? Fuck that. I got the Steelers, but I hope we lose so Matt Canada gets fired. No, but I got
you tripping.
I fucking hate Matt Canada. Oh, his name that sounded. Don't get me started on this dude. I got the Steelers. Let's go Steelers. Let's go Steelers. Then we move on to the Monday night games. First up, we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who you got?
Damn. I'll go Eagles, but you know who I'm rooting for.
I know.
I mean, I'm rooting for both of my boys, actually.
Two OU boys facing off.
I mean, so
regardless of what you say, Alabama, Jalen Hurts is an Oklahoma alumni.
He got drafted out of Oklahoma.
He didn't know how to play quarterback until he went to Oklahoma.
Stop putting him on ESPN or whenever you talk about, oh, he was in the same quarterback room with Mac Jones and Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa and Mac Jones both won national championships at Alabama while being the guy, being the starter.
Right.
Jalen had to play against probably the second greatest team of all time, LSU.
That's true.
if Joe Burrow doesn't have that year, Jalen would have won the Heisman.
Probably.
This
I
motherfucker
would
had
agree.
like 1,500 yards rushing and 3,000 yards passing. 35.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we have the LA Rams versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Who you got in that game?
Ew. 2-0, 2 teams. Somebody gonna get their first win. I'm going with the Bengals, man. I'm with you. I'm kind of tired of thinking the Chargers are gonna do something. I'm feeling like they might do something. I don't want to get it wrong. Fuck them. You guys have been the same since LaDainian Tomlinson was there. Good team, lots of talent, all the potential.
No, it's Bengals versus the Rams, not the Chargers.
Oh, my bad. Bengals versus the Rams, Super Bowl rematch. Oh shit, Rams. That defense looked like that Super Bowl year. You can't do shit against that defense. And I'm surprised. I'm surprised they was able to. No, I'm thinking of 49ers defense.
I'm gonna go with the Rams this game simply because there's been rumors. It's been rumored that Joe Burrow may not play. He might give him a couple weeks off so he can try to let that calf heal. So if Joe Burrow plays, I got the Bengals. If not, give me the Rams. Give me the Rams all day.
Okay. All right, Timothy. All right, Timothy. Okay. All right.
But anyway, man, that's going to be a wrap for this week's episode. As always, we thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe. Try to get us some sponsors. We trying to get paid. We love doing the podcast. Don't get me wrong, but hey, the money is always the go. Okay, the bag is always the go. So
we'll put it somewhere along here, or up there, or over here.
Also,
somewhere on your side, or maybe we'll just paste it right there in the middle. Just
sir.
I'll wear whatever brand hat it is.
I'll wear whatever brand hat. I'll drive whatever car. I'll drink whatever beer. No, not whatever beer. But hey, man. Hey, I'm willing to get on her and promote and partner up. Whoever want to partner up. Also, for all you basketball fans, please keep a lookout. We will be doing a basketball preview coming up here in the next couple of weeks. So get that bullshit off my screen. I'm just fucking with you.
Ring 18 coming, baby.
We gonna get one before y'all.
Ring 18 coming. We gonna get one before.
We gonna get one before
y'all. One of the youngest teams in the league, dog.
Yeah, you motherfuckers. You're about one of the oldest teams in the fucking league.
You just said that. Okay. Anyway, you won all your rings. You won all your rings during the before civil rights movement.
Here we go with that shit.
All right. We're one of the youngest teams in the league. Y'all let your best defender go, and then one of your big men already got hurt for the season even started.
Hey, he didn't get hurt. He has plantar fasciitis, which is he has flat feet. He has fall. That's what the fuck I got. So all that means is he's gonna have to wear special inserts. He's gonna be okay. All that means is he's gonna have to wear special inserts in his shoes. So you better don't bring that bullshit you was doing in fucking Dallas. You better bring the shit you was doing in New York. Don't bring that stand. We already got 2-3 motherfuckers that can shoot the 3 ball. You get your big ass down there you get your big ass down there in the basket and block some fucking shots, okay? Don't bring that bullshit. Don't bring that bullshit you was doing to Dallas. I ain't having it.
You need to hope he bring his health with him, motherfucker.
That too. Yeah, we're not asking him to do much. Be a fucking rim protector. We got 2 motherfuckers that can score the goddamn ball.
No, he can score too, man.
He can score too, but we're not depending on him to score. It's just, bro, play some defense, okay? Be a rim protector. We can't depend on fucking Al Horford's 60-year-old ass and Robert Williams' fucking knee, okay? Just please play some goddamn defense.
That's fucked up, man. All y'all niggas injury prone. That's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, man, just ride this wave with us, and as always, we appreciate y'all tuning in, and we out.
Ring 5 for LeBron, bitch.
Whatever the fuck you say.